I think there's one key detail people are missing though when it comes to the eye poke in this fight. Tom lifts his leg up in defense as Gane sets up the kick and they lock up hands right here. But as Tom lifts up his lead leg, he also kicks out the kicking base leg of Gane. This is the leg he's stabilizing on to throw this kick. Gane completely loses his balance here. He's going to fall back in this direction. So he sends out his hand to try and balance himself. And he balances his hand in Tom Aspinall's eyes. If I'm mid-kick and I fall backwards and I throw my hands out to balance, it's exactly what I'm going to do. Welcome back. All right, 321 was a complete disaster, wasn't it? I'm going to try and unpack exactly what happened. Even though the fight was really short, I've actually managed to take a ton of details away. Some really interesting stuff from both guys, but of course we're going to look at the eye poke, the setup for the eye pokes, what was going on, why it happened, whose fault it is definitely Cyril Gane's fault, but it doesn't matter. We're going to take a look right now. So let's jump into the fight and how things started first of all. You're going to hear me talk a lot about this, but it's basically the whole fight, orthodox versus southpaw. So this lead hand, this hand play becomes very important throughout the whole fight. Kind of sets up the eye pokes as well. So things actually start off pretty quickly. It doesn't look like a lot happens, but a ton does. You got forward pressure from Gane, Tom sliding back and showing these fakes, which he usually loses to get the reactions from his opponent. Gane doesn't retreat though, takes a little back step. We see the lead hands touch up, and Tom's going to use this as his moment to take the lead foot and put it on the outside. But Gane actually brings back his own foot at the same time, parries the backhand, drops out of range, and even here off the back foot, something that becomes a real weapon for Gane in this fight, he's still able to fire back with this right hand. Now this just misses Tom. It goes inches by the chin. I mean inches there with a right uppercut. They break, and this is 4:55, 5 seconds into the fight, right? I'm not saying that would have ended it. We get a lovely body kick from Tom, who actually I think does very well on the outside in this fight, which you think it would be the other way around, but we're going to get into it. So Cyril's a southpaw, so this right arm kind of becomes his lead hand shield and his jab at the same time. A defensive and offensive tool. He sets it up really well though, multiple times through the fight. So you'll see him start to level change, and that dips the hips, and this is all going to start setting up the right hand. So level change, jab to the body this time. Tom bounces out. Another low leg attack here, and actually Tom on the second one reads this immediately, hooks the back of the leg, tries to do the Horiguchi takedown, and lifts the ankle, but Gane with very good balance stays on his feet. And this is where Tom blitzes. You talk about how close this fight could have been, and also the fact Gane is already exiting with his fingers like this 13 seconds into the fight, straight back with his fingers out. But let's go back to the right hand and the level change in one more time. So circling out the way he wants to from southpaw, another level change and a jab to the body. Gonna keep circling, the little touch of the lead hands again, and off that, Gane's gonna drop his level one more time. Nothing comes out of it though, but it's another level change. The constant elevation changes are gonna be key for Gane in this fight. When they touch, this time Gane pushes off, circles out, Tom reaches to re-establish, and look at this leap from Gane. Beautiful work. The distance he's able to cross is insane. Gets the foot on the outside, and here comes that left straight down the middle. Just glances Tom, but that gazelle step for a heavyweight is insane, and the left hand was dynamite behind it, almost Conor McGregor-like. And Tom lifting up his lead leg, showing him his lead hand. These are all the fakes Tom likes to use. They lock up one more time here, and they get this sort of free step moment from Tom where he'll push forward, actually cup this lead hand now, and pull it into his body, and that leans Cyril over into this head kick. Really, really clever stuff from Tom, and he almost lands a left hook on the break. And again, we have this step and the cupping of the hands and the knee to the body, and then Tom tries to follow up on the same side. But what's key here is that shield again. As Tom engages on this knee, that jab lands, almost hits him with the lead hook, but it's those shots that are busting up the nose and start to bloody the nose of Tom. Tom with some nice lead hand play and lead leg kicks off that same side as well. Good job controlling the distance. That's what Gane likes to do. Tom's fakes, look at the reaction from Gane. The right hand comes all the way down, but they link up hands again here. And although Gane is overreacting, he's also starting to make his own reads in this fight, because Tom extends the lead hand, trying to get that lead hand grip again. And Gane's right hand becomes even more clever in this fight. He starts to turn it and flick it out, or flick it in and come inside of the extended lead hand from Tom. So Tom extends thinking they're going to lock up hands. Cyril instead flicks his hand on the inside and takes the jab to the body inside of that extended hand. and it's another level change attack. And again, right here, Tom with the fake, Cyril, big overreactions, getting him to step back. That's great for Tom. Little touch from Tom, lead leg, and this is the takedown attempt we're going to see here. Now, Tom shoots from quite far out, and Cyril reads it. You see their hips move about the same time. He's got loads of space. Now, while all this lead hand work's going on, it does mean that the fingers start to come out for Gane. I mean, you can see them right here. This is just a direct reach that almost looks like it's going to go into the eyes of Tom. Goes past here, but it's the reaching, it's the playing, it's the grabbing of the hands, and it's the reacting to the fakes. The fingers start to come out when Tom starts to fake, which is, you know, absolutely not what you want. Tom fakes and Cyril's literally doing this as his reaction. The more you look at this fight, the more you realize both guys are really using that lead hand game to set up everything. Tom here does a great job touching, pulls the lead hand down away for Cyril to throw this head kick, which doesn't land perfectly. But then as they're circling out, Tom knows that Cyril wants to connect this lead hand, to track this lead hand, so he extends his hand. Cyril's comes out, but Tom flicks and rotates it around the outside to throw a hook, which just misses. If Cyril's going to counter the lead hand and work around it, Tom's now going to expect the counters and work around the counters to the lead hand. And some of these shots for Tom, they are so close. It just shows how Gane is. He is such a cool customer in there, just circling out like nothing's happening when the fight could have been over. And you can see what I mean about the lead hand here as well. So they'll touch. That's the range find and the cue for Gane to shoot to the body. And look at Tom's own lead hand right here, right along the top of the face of Gane. Now he has his fingers like this, not like this, but it's because they're grabbing for these lead hands. And this is the orthodox southpaw matchup. Now at this point in the fight, Gane, I think because he starts to get that lead hand off to the body and work around it, he starts to loosen up and really starts to bounce and fire off this lead side a little more. But then it gets to the point where Gane is now level changing, faking, grabbing, and even tries to, you know, do some Thai stuff where you'll go with both hands and try and grab wrists and pull them down for elbows, try and sneak around the back of the neck. But all this does really in this fight is just make it more dangerous for these eye pokes. I mean, right here, he goes in for this Thai clinch, bails on it, gets too close, has to frame out, and the fingers are right in Tom's face. You know, I mentioned the Thai clinch, and Tom's kind of doing the same thing here, where he's trying to grab, reach, control wrists. The fingers are going straight to the eye. He's grabbing the hands here as well, though, trying to pull them down to set something up. So look at this beautiful left hook from Tom, and Gane turns the chin, barely lands, doesn't quite. The right hand, oh, straight past his neck, and then another left hook that he turns the chin on. Like, any of those shots could have ended this fight right here. The level change from Gane gets Tom to react, picks up the lead leg, and this time he spears the jab to the body. Then he goes to reach, Tom's hand comes out, he flicks the wrist inside and then back down the middle. Tom does a big fake here, trying to disguise all this up and down movement. But Gane, once again, with this lead hand, boom, catches Tom. Because I keep talking about these elevation changes, but as Gane retreats, watch his eyes as he flicks down, looks down, boop, jab straight up. Look where Tom's hand goes, right up the middle. Gane is really a master of that. Circles all the way out, he's on his bike now, and this is where people, I think, thought Gane was feeling himself. Another beautiful jab that just narrowly goes by. Tom tries to counter. A really good example of everything I've been talking about so far. The lead hand is extended. Tom is going to bring his hand up to try and catch this lead hand, and Gane is just going to turn it inside, retract it so you think he's coming, and then almost back fist straight back in. It's really nice. It's just so hard to know. Like, it looks like it's coming away and it goes straight back in. He starts to also adapt his lead hand game again to counter what Gane's doing. They extend, right? Okay, so Tom's going to anticipate Gane's going to want to control it. He brings his lead hand up and then he twirls it back around the outside and then disguises all of that to bang this back right behind it. Boom. I think there's one key detail people are missing though when it comes to the eye poke in this fight. Tom lifts his leg up in defense as Gane sets up the kick and they lock up hands right here. But as Tom lifts up his lead leg, he also kicks out the kicking base leg of Gane. This is the leg he's stabilizing on to throw this kick. Gane completely loses his balance here. He's going to fall back in this direction. So he sends out his hand to try and balance himself. And he balances his hand in Tom Aspinall's eyes. Not an excuse for why he did it, but it is why it happened. You can see it here, kicks the base leg. Gane starts to topple, and because he's falling over, the hand comes up to try and balance and frame. It's a common southpaw tactic to go hand, kick, or kick, back, hand. But if I'm mid-kick and I fall backwards and I throw my hands out to balance, is exactly what I'm going to do. And you can tell immediately, Tom's eye is just gone. Some people would say it's ridiculous to make a video this long on 4 minutes of fight footage, but I think there was so much to take away from that fight. But again, ultimately, the eye poke, the controversy, we're going to get a rematch hopefully, and there's a lot to take away from the skill matchup in this first fight. But let me know, guys, what do you think would have happened if the fight had gone longer? Who have you got in the rematch? Did you find this helpful? And what do you think about the eye poke? Do you think it was because it was off balance? Let me know down below, guys. Thanks for watching the breakdown. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to drop us a like. Okay, really helps getting this new series off the ground. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.